residents in Umueri, Anambra East local government area during a meeting with the Kemba Front, a support group of the late Ifeanyi Uba Chukwuma, also alleged that Soludo governs with arrogance, ignoring advice from the state residents. He claimed that no part of Anambra is safe, as citizens live in constant fear of kidnappings. Additionally, Chukwuma criticized the quality of the state road project, asserting that many roads are collapsing even before completion, and called for an end to such practices. Now, the Ebonyi State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has nominated Goodluck Chidiebere Egwu, the party's zonal youth leader, to replace the expelled national vice chairman for the Southeast, Mr. Ali Odefa. In a letter to the acting national chairman, Alhaji Iliya Damagum, and the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Senator Adolphus Wabara, the Ebonyi PDP, cited Odefa's expulsion for alleged anti-party activities as the basis of Egwu's nomination. A federal high court in Abakaliki had earlier upheld Odefa's suspension by the Oguduokwo ward in Onitsha local government area. Following a review by the Okudoko Ward Disciplinary Committee, Odefa was expelled after the allegations against him were heard. On December 12, 2024, the PDP executives of the ward officially announced Odefa's expulsion. In response, PDP leaders in Ebonyi State unanimously endorsed Egwu as his replacement. And lastly on this scene, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has ordered the expedited completion of key infrastructure projects, including the East-West Road, Road. During a recent visit on one of the project sites, Umahi directed the contractor to allocate more resources to speed up process or risk having the contract rescoped and re-awarded. He emphasized that a section of the road must be completed by the end of April 2025, according to a statement by Mohammed Ahmed, the Director of Press and Public Relations. While inspecting the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway Section 3, Umahi commended the Arab Contractors Limited for the quality of their work, but urged the company to deploy additional resources at two other sites to ensure timely completion. In Rivers State, he instructed the Federal Controller of Works to issue a warning to the contractor, threatening contract termination if there is no significant improvement in the pace of work. We'll go on a short break now, and when we come back, we'll give you more stories on the news today. Please stay with us.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Apia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibe and vibes only.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and...
An incompetent means an incompetent person.
My name is Ubon Kings. I am Marvelous Apamaga.
I am Chioma Akbala.
My name is Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in our market begin.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Join us on Ghana Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breast cell. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Just watching news today right here on Afia TV. And on the national front, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has imposed a 2-week ban on markets for used items commonly known as patenka within the FCT. The ban, which takes effect from Tuesday, January 14, 2025, was announced during a meeting of the FCT Security Council and shared on X by the Minister's media aide, Lere Olayinka. In addition, Wike prohibited scavenging activities across Abuja, restricting scavengers to operating only within designated dump sites. Now, the Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, has condemned the brutal attack on innocent residents of the Tatara community in Panda Development Area, Karu, Nasarawa State, over the weekend. In a statement by her Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Jonathan Eze, the minister expressed shock at the attackers' cruelty and urged security agencies to ensure the perpetrators are brought to justice. She extended her condolences to the families of the victims and to Governor Abdullahi Sule over the tragic losses. The minister expressed confidence that the security measures implemented by the governor would prevent such attacks in the future and ensure accountability. Suleiman Ibrahim also assured the public that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is working diligently to address the nation's security challenges. She called on relevant authorities to act swiftly to safeguard citizens in Nasarawa State and beyond, and to hold those responsible for the attack accountable. Away from that, I'm moving on to the business scene. Nigeria's Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, has reaffirmed the government's commitment to revamping the national grid, contingent upon the approval of the proposed budget of 2 trillion naira for 2025. Adelabu made the commitment when he appeared before the Senate Committee on Power for the 2025 budget defense. He emphasized the need for substantial upgrades to stabilize electricity supply and reduce frequent outages.
Budgets. The total budget that we have here, I will restrict it to capital expenditure. The requirement is just a mundane. I will know the components of required expenditure, which is salaries and overheads, administrative overheads. But for capital expenditure, the total for this sector, which is the ministry and the agencies, is about 2 trillion naira. But in 2025, the focus of the Presidential Power Initiative and other activities of the Transfer Country of Nigeria is to ensure that the grid does not collapse as frequent as it did in 2024. And the issue of vandalization, which was also a major reason for the grid disturbances. We are collaborating and cooperating with the security agencies to ensure that we actually attack these issues and we nip it in the bud to ensure that we don't experience such in 2025.
A cross-section of lawmakers expressed their concerns to the Minister of Power about the recent electricity outages across the country. They emphasized on the urgency of addressing Nigerians' electricity challenges and ensuring that budgetary allocations translate into tangible improvement in the power sector.
In Plateau State, 70% of the population are without light. That aspect, 2 senatorial districts are without power. And that is we're talking about agriculture. This is the area that was producing heavy rice. Even milling, ordinary milling, you can't do milling.
My local government, even though we are riverine, even though we produce so much to the development of Nigeria in terms of oil production, after Oloibiri in 1956, in 1957, oil was also found in my local government headquarters, Oporoma, in commercial quantities. And up to today, there is no light there in Oporoma.
This is your Ban A, Ban A. I believe where I live is Ban A. I live in Asokoro. I believe Asokoro is it not Ban A? Oh, what Ban are we? Asokoro. I don't think we'll get 60% light. And secondly, more importantly, cables. There are cables underground. In most cases, they break down, and we use our money. To fix the transformers.
Responding, the minister reiterated the ministry's commitment to improving the power sector to serve Nigerians better. He emphasized that no efforts would be spared to ensure electricity reaches all parts of the country. He expressed optimism that these initiatives would significantly enhance the reliability of Nigeria's electricity supply once implemented.
Plateau State, sir, I think we have taken note. Distinguished Senator, former minister, former governor, and former minister too, has mentioned this several times. And I believe TCN will look into those 2 senatorial districts, Bayelsa and Plateau State, and ensure that that's Panshin, yes. We have not even listed the locations. All we need to do is to buy the number of transformers these are not can afford and distribute it evenly into local governments and wards so that every House of Rep member, honorable, every distinguished senator will have a number of transformers they can actually take to their constituency so that everybody feels the impact of these transformers procurement.
The committee therefore announced plans to hold a joint meeting with the Minister of Power and representatives of DISCOs alongside other distribution companies to clearly define areas of responsibility and streamline operations for better service delivery. Now, the National Assembly Joint Committee on Finance has said it may eliminate the federal government's grants to the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board in the 2025 budget, citing concerns over excessive spending. This follows the presentation of JAMB's 2025 budget proposal by its registrar, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, to the Senate and House of Representatives Joint Committee. During this session, Oloyede disclosed that JAMB remitted 4 billion naira to the Consolidated Revenue Fund in 2024, but received a government grant of 6 billion naira. This disclosure raised eyebrows from lawmakers, including Rep. Abiodun Faleke and Senator Adams Oshomole.
We have the sources of IGR, registration of UTME, registration for direct entry, services on e-facility, consultancy, and miscellaneous. this comes to 19,816,000,000. And the federal government personnel grant direct centrally paid is 6,638,550,716. And on that page 13, we have the expenses. And going up to page 14, and remittance, operation surplus, remittance to CRF is 4 billion naira.
Honorable Faleke questioned why JAM, a supposedly self-sustaining agency, continues to rely on government funding. He also raised concerns over why the agency retained 4 billion naira in its coffers while still benefiting from federal allocations. Senator Shomole joined the criticism, calling attention to JAM's expenditures, including 1.1 billion naira spent on meals and refreshment, 850 million naira on security and cleaning, and 600 million naira on local travel in 2024. He also demanded explanations for the 6.5 billion naira allocated to local training.
4 billion and we give you 6 billion. Take your 4 billion and pay your salaries.
We don't mind that, but permit me to...
We are not debating it. I'm sorry. Take your 6 billion and then take your 4 billion, which you wanted to release, and save yourself and pay your salaries. Give you what your business knows. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next year,
in 1 year, we monetize compensations. As a senator, I am not entitled to personal car because my salary has been monetized. And then you have the utility cars. And when you go to the detail, these are cars that the managers will use. They are not in the pool. They are assigned to officers in clear violation of the monetization policy. But if it is something that goes down to level 8, level 9, level 10, level 12, I have no problem. But usually this is something that jumps over around the MD, the level 17, level 13, a few privileged people. And what happened to the ones you procured last year, the year before, and 3 years before? What is the depreciation policy, even if we are to assume that they are poor cars? So on the whole, when I look at your expenditure, you spend as if you are in Saudi Arabia. Because the resources that you are drawing is from people who can hardly pay it.
The committee called on JAM to justify its spending and reconsider its reliance on government grants to sustain its operations. Still on the business scene from Nigeria, the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, will this week publicly release the names of 18 banks that have failed to settle the outstanding debts for using mobile network operators' unstructured supplementary service data USSD platforms. However, these banks collectively owe a total of 200 billion naira, and the telecom regulator is preparing to take action, including suspending USSD services for the defaulters. Meanwhile, only 4 banks have met the payment requirements outlined in a joint directive issued by Central Bank of Nigeria and the NCC in December 2023, as the directive stipulated that 60% of pre-IP application programming interfaces invoices must be settled by January 2, 2025, with payment plans to be agreed upon by the banks and MNOs. Moreover, the other banks are yet to fulfill their payment obligations. Furthermore, the service suspension, which is expected to take effect in 2 weeks, could significantly impact Nigerians who rely on USSD, services for banking transactions, particularly those without internet access. We'll go on a short break now, and when we come back, we'll give you more stories on the news today. So stay.
Welcome welcome to the latest and most amazing show on here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did sing.
For real? You're not a backup singer.
That's what they do.
It's a brand new week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Time check is 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
Many thanks for staying tuned to Afia TV. You're still watching news today. On the foreign scene, Chinese and Indian refiners are seeking alternative fuel sources in response to new U.S. sanctions targeting Russian oil producers and tankers aimed at curbing Russia's oil revenue. The Biden administration imposed its most extensive sanctions yet, targeting companies like Gazprom Neft and Sovnafgaz, as well as 183 vessels involved in circumventing earlier sanctions. These vessels, which transported about 1.5 million barrels of crude oil daily in 2024, approximately 1.4% of global oil demand, have been crucial in supplying India and China after sanctions and a price cap in 2022 shifted Russian oil trade from Europe to Asia. Oil prices surged following the announcement, with Brent crude exceeding $81 per barrel, reflecting market concerns over tighter supplies. Moscow criticized the sanctions, warning of potential market destabilization, and pledged to counter them. The U.S. also sanctioned Russian ship insurance and Alavioni to tighten restrictions further. Away from that, I'm moving on to the Brazil world of sports. The Nikkei Unity Cup, a football tournament for the 2022 villages of Nikkei clan, sponsored by the chairman, Enugu East local government, Pastor Beloved Dan Aniki, came to an eventful end over the weekend with the emergence of Ibagwa Nikkei as winners. Afia TV's head of news and current affairs, Alex Ogbodo, witnessed the final and now reports.
Ibagwa Nikkei and Amoji Nikkei, two teams that haven't won the tournament in over 50 years. The venue, Nkwanike nearly built pitch, had in attendance enthusiastic sons and daughters of Nike clan. With the opening formalities all done, with the dignitaries present, the encounter started with some frenetic moments and sizing up of opposing teams. As the afternoon turned to evening, the teams played into the sunset with the final match still goalless. Then the last resort, the penalty shootout, which saw Ibagwanike outscore Amoji by 4-3, and the celebration was palpably triumphant. With medals and personal awards done, the trophy with a cash prize of 1 million naira was handed over to the winners, Ibagwanike, by the sponsor, Pastor Beloved Dan Anike, Executive Chairman, Enugu East Local Government Area. One of the coaches of the Ibagwa team and the team captain, who could barely contain their excitement, had these to say.
This is a historical moment of my life. For my 50 years on this earth, this is the first time my community, Ibagwa Nike community, will be at the Nike Unity Cup final. This is our first time. For more than 50 years of my existence. And our first final, and you can see by providence, we have won it today.
The final is very, very awesome. We really came prepared, and God and the God of soccer is on our side. We played what we have to play and left the God for God. Left the rest for God.
The governor of Enugu State, represented by the Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Barrister Lloyd Akwaramadu, spoke on the plans his ministry has for grassroots football.
Fantastic football, great spirit, great tenacity from both Amoji and Ibagwa in the Nike Unity Cup. And this same sort of competition has taken place across the state in various local government areas. So for us as a ministry at the state level, to working together with the Enugu State Football Association, the next step now is to see how we can get the winners of all these various local government competitions to either play a league level, if you like, or a tournament as well, like a Challenge Cup.
The chairman, Enugu East Local Government, Pastor Beloved Dan Anike, spoke on the motivation for the tournament and his future plans for sports in the local government area.
I want to congratulate both teams, both Amoji and Ibagwa, for making it to final. Yeah, as part of our human capital development strategy, we're not just doing this competition for fanfare and for entertainment. We are doing it for a strategic objective of raising human capital of our youths. So we are going to select a team out of this and revamp the Nike United Football Club, which the Commissioner of Sports is here with me, and we're going to register them in the state FA and engage them in competitions. And in the 2025 edition, we are going to do the women edition of that, and during the Easter period, we're also going to do the under-15.
Amoji Nike, that came second on the day, took home a 700,000 naira cash prize, while Amokwanike, who placed third, took home 500,000 naira. In Enugu, Alex Obodo, For Afia TV.
Now to end the news, here is a reminder of the top stories. Governor Ba approves upward review of salaries of customary court judges in Enugu State. On the national news, Minister of Women Affairs Sulaiman Ibrahim condemns Tatar attack, condoles with victims' families. And on business scene, Nigerian Communications Commission to release names of 18 banks yet to settle outstanding debt. And lastly, China and India seek new supplies as United States sanctions tighten grip on Russian oil. And that's all on the news today. Many thanks for staying with us. Do not forget to follow us on our social media platforms at Afia TV Official. I am Marvelous Apwamaga. Saying enjoy the rest of your day.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
an incompetent means an incompetent person.